Okay, I have two questions here that I will be answering and trusting the Lord, it will be a blessing to you. The first here is, have you had times when you felt spiritually inconsistent? If yes, how were you able to overcome such moments in the journey of your spiritual growth? That's a great question. And the absolute answer is yes. There have been seasons in my relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ where I had been quite inconsistent with my spiritual life, right? And I think the biggest reasons in my own case, and I'm telling you the reasons, because you will know why I'm telling the reasons, right? The top three reasons that had impacted on my spiritual growth in terms of, or maybe the reasons that created the inconsistencies in my life as far as my relationship with God was concerned, would be number one, the demands of my work. I've had seasons where I felt pressed on every side with my business and even ministry assignments. The second reason would be the demands of motherhood. When I, was pregnant, just had a baby, I felt like, oh my God, I really lost my rhythm and my balance. The third would be seasons where I was waiting on the Lord for things to happen in my life, and I felt like He wasn't coming through, and I really got discouraged. I had been discouraged by a waiting season. I've had times I was discouraged by difficult experience on adversity. So those are top three reasons. In the seasons I felt distant from the Lord, and that was what was creating it. Now, how have I tackled those seasons of inconsistencies? The first is recognizing what was happening and what was taking me away from the Lord. And that was how I could easily tell you, look, these are top three reasons I faced those seasons of inconsistencies. So you have to reckon clearly what is creating this. For some people, it's pleasure. I'm not someone who falls victim to pleasure a lot, because I do have a very clear sense of where I want to go, and I'm extremely goal oriented. So it's unlikely that if I have work, I will then just be maybe binging on Netflix. That's unlikely. But some people really struggle with pleasure. And I think some of your struggles will be reflective of your personality as well. And that is why spiritual growth also involves submitting our personality weaknesses and our character flaws to the Lord, so that He can build us up in the area where it is easy for us to fall. You see, those are weights that are very easy to happen to you. Okay, so recognizing what the issues are would help you be able to say, how do I close these gaps? How do I present this area of my life to the Lord for Him to help me? The second thing that really helped was accountability. And I know you hear that a lot. It works. Being able to reach out to friends, siblings, even spiritual leaders to say, I feel like I'm losing my anchor. I feel like I'm losing my relationship with the Lord. Those things got me back in line. I got valuable counsel. And then I also got prayed for. The third thing is plugging myself into a community, e.g., getting into a discipleship program, getting into an 8-week Bible school, just getting into a concerted season of a lot of fire can actually help you spring back up again. In the light of that, you may also consider maybe having like a prayer and study group for a period, so you're consistently doing what you're supposed to do. And a big part of getting back on track is always devoting extensive time to study and to praying. So if I feel, even till now, when I feel like I'm not really as on fire as I can be, I will think about taking myself away for a retreat. And because it's worked so much in my life, I now do it every month. I will just go away for a few days and be able to just spend a significant amount of time in the Lord's presence. And that keeps me fueled, keeps me going. And, it's a fantastic support for that daily practice of growing my relationship with God. And I hope that it helped you. The second question is, how do you balance ministry, routines, career, and still maintain consistency? That's a great question. The practice of consistently growing your spirituality is going to be partly experimental. And what I mean with that is you're going to keep thinking about the different seasons of your life, and you're going to keep looking at what can work and what would work. It's all about mastery, the mastery of time, the mastery of energy, and the mastery of focus. These are three big parts of what you must hone when it comes to consistency and being able to organize your life and your routines. It's about mastery, right? And I have a whole full program that really teaches on that. But the big anchors are you have to master time. And what that means is you have to know what is taking your time. So you literally have to look at your life, as a blueprint. Like you look at your life in an Excel spreadsheet and say, Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. What do I do? 7 to 8. What do I do? You have to get that granular and detailed when it comes to being able to master your time. So what gives you a great degree of mastery of time is to see time, to know where your activities take you and what demands you have in your life. Right? And from there, you now start to answer the question, how do I manage my energy better? Some of you are at your best in the morning, some of you are at your best in the evening. And I would say do your best work when your energy is best. And then you go to how do I manage my focus better? And that's where you start to think about maybe I'm overcommitted. Some of you are in too many groups, you volunteered for too many good things, but good things can stand in the way of a great destiny. That's the truth. So you have to start to ask yourself, how do I master my time? How do I master my energy? And how do I master my focus? Okay, these are critical areas of growth and transformation in your life that you have to really strengthen if you're going to be consistent in your relationship with God. So fix the time factor. Know where you're going to meet and where and when you're going to meet with the Lord daily, and know where and when you're going to meet with Him every month in terms of a retreat you see. And, take out the distractions of social media, of talking too much, and streamline your focus. Make a practice of more meditation on a daily basis. You're going to have, how do I describe it? A spiritual person has a relationship with God, and they have to express that relationship through their work, their career, their business, their ministry, their motherhood. It's always going to be there. So you have to shift your mind from thinking my spirituality is separate, my career is separate. Your spirituality is who you are. Your career is what you do. So who you are will flow into everything that you do, and you don't have to separate them. And I hope that helps you in Jesus' name. Thank you for the opportunity to share with you today. I wish you a great time in the Lord's presence at the conference this year. And by the grace of Jesus Christ, I will see you soon. Amen.